Welcome to Thursday morning. This is the After Show. So glad to be on here with you. I am Nate Griffin, and it's a little warm here in the Houston gym, but that's what you expect. I love being in the heat, so it's no problem for me at all. All right, we got the After Show, and we have Ruben, we've got Heather, we've got Dave right now. But what we need to do before we get to what I'm talking about in here, and also Heather and Dave, let's go to Ruben. Ruben, where are you today, my friend?
Nate, good morning to you. Katie Stone and I are at another amazing restaurant. Imagine that. So, as you know, we're bringing you live on Fox 26. Tuesday we're doing 2 restaurants. Thursdays we're doing 2 restaurants. That's going to go the whole month long. But today, Katie,
yes,
2 incredibly special restaurants.
Yes, and right next door to each other, which is good opportunity to try both if you want to. Good parking. But yeah, we are at Auteur and Lee's Den, both kind of new restaurants. Auteur opened about 5 months ago. Lee's Den's about a year old. Old Benji's location.
Right here in the village. Yep, right here in the village.
Know where we are. Amazing menus, you guys.
Yeah.
Amazing menus. I mean, beautiful.
Beautiful menus.
The colors, the attention to detail, the variety in the dishes, the fusion of the flavors, you guys.
Yes.
We're hearing about so many different types of cuisines mixed and moshed together, and it's amazing. And what the chefs are doing, and the diners are so happy.
I know.
And the social media is just out of control.
Yeah. And Auteur is one of those places that people have just been buzzing about since it opened. When people keep telling me, "Have you been? Have you been? Have you been?" Then you know something up. And kudos to Chef Kent in the kitchen and his staff. What they just rolled out here is just amazing.
Yeah.
From the appetizers to the main to the desserts. And Katie, you just had a little bit of that sorbet.
No, I know. And I just want to point out too, just another nice little thing of HRW. Steve Marquez Craft Creamery is one of the suppliers of a lot of restaurants, not just HRW restaurants, but a lot of restaurants on town, which I think is awesome because it gives them the opportunity to get involved as well. And they're supporting the Houston Food Bank, even though it's not a restaurant, but they still take part.
And if you're talking ice cream and
sorbet,
of course, he's the GOAT.
Oh, yeah.
Greatest of all time. Shout out to Steve. We love him. Lots of value on the menu too. We keep seeing Lee's Den was what, a $39 menu?
I couldn't believe it was $39 menu.
I thought it was
a misprint on the menu.
It was a $55 menu, but it was amazing. And guys, if you don't know, you eat out, you order the HRW menu, a portion of that is going to go to the Houston Food Bank. And that can feed so many Houstonians.
Either $3, $5, or $7, and then the food bank turns every dollar into 3 meals.
Incredible.
So a $7 donation is 21 meals. Ruben and I going out to dinner, 42 meals. That's a family for a week?
That's a family for a week.
And good deal.
If you're on the fence, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to do HRW, Katie.
Well, let me just tell you guys. First of all, 400 restaurants participating this year, which is a record. Very excited. And every single day, all you have to do to win $100 is go to our Instagram or Facebook. Gift cards from one of 400 restaurants will be available from every day now until September 4th. I mean, it's easy. Come on.
Come on.
It's
you got a much better chance than winning the Mega Millions, I'll tell you that. And it's going to be more delicious. Well, maybe not more delicious, but pretty darn delicious. All right,
good.
We're going to send it back to you guys. Nate, dine out and do good, buddy. You know the drill.
Let's go, Nate.
Hey, Katie, how are you today? It's so good to hear. I didn't know you were with Ruben, but now I do. You guys make an untouchable team, no question about it. Good to see you. All right, keep up the good work.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, let's keep it moving. And I know that we have Heather back at the station. I believe she's at the station at the anchor desk. Am I correct?
No, actually, I'm in Walmart because we've been talking about back-to-school shopping.
Well, did you? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so we're here. We've been. We've been giving people pointers on how to really maximize. We've got tax-free weekend this weekend. So basically your back-to-school supplies, your clothing, your shoes, items that are under $100, those are sales tax-free this weekend. And then on top of that, lots of stores like Walmart are offering discounts. So lots of things to look for. And here's just a great tip because Walmart made it really easy. Any store you go into, a lot of times they have an app. Here you can come in and just scan their QR code and it shows you the items that are tax-free. And this is a great tool wherever you're going to shop have that app handy, because you can also then, look at price matching options. Maybe that store does price matching or what have you. So it's a great way to kind of gauge to make sure that you're getting the lowest prices out there. But I want to show you, one of the fun things about doing back to school shopping is for those, even if you don't have kids, it's kind of fun to just look at some of the fun stuff. So I want to show you just some of the fun stuff. These are erasers that we found that are shaped like little pieces of fruit. How cute is that? They didn't have that when I was in school. I would have liked little fruit erasers. I think that's pretty cute. This I thought was cool. These are shapes of the states, all the different states. You can learn your states. They're magnets. I thought that was kind of cool. Now you can buy paper clips that have sharks and things on them. How cool is that? That's pretty cute. And then this, I have to point out, this was discovered by our photographer, Jeff. They're glitter pencils. So lots of fun things to help you get into the festive mood of going back to school. But really, if you have kids and you're going to be doing that shopping, or maybe you don't have kids, it is just a good weekend to save money on a lot, because you've got tax-free weekend. So if you're buying some clothing or what have you, you don't have to pay that extra 6% sales tax. It starts early Friday morning, runs through the weekend. It counts for things like layaway as well. If you're ordering things online, you get that tax-free break as long as you buy it during the weekend. And if you go to Sullivan Smart Sense on Fox26Houston.com, I have a whole bunch of more ways to help you save money on your back to school items. Plus, we know families are really struggling this year. There are a number of resources to help people get their school supplies for free. So I've got a link to those resources as well. So hopefully we can help to get some families prepared to head back to school, because it's already happening for some schools and it's right around the corner for others.
Well, thanks a lot, Heather. Kevin told me to tell you that he needs some school clothes, so you might want to pick up some extra larges while you're out there. I don't know if he wants shirts or what he's looking for, but he said that he would love for you to pick up a couple of items for him. So if you could do that, we'd appreciate it. Help Kevin out. As
we're
going to start a new campaign. Help Kevin out.
We'll help Kevin out. Just send us that list. We'll get it filled.
I got you. Hey, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. And thanks for being a good sport as well.
You bet.
Okay, so we have two of the most popular guys. They spend a lot of time riding around in Mercedes-Benz, also Rolls Royces, these guys, and Bentleys. These guys are all over the world, no longer just all over the country, but all over the world. I introduce to you today, folks, the guys who like to speak in third person. You know who they are. Backstage Dave and Turtle John. Hello, guys.
Hey, Nate, by the way, now it is Maybach Morales.
Ooh, I like that. So, Nate, I didn't know what a Maybach was, because since we're Backstage, OL.com, check us out on social, everything like that, Instagram, everything. John loves cars. Me, if it's got a steering wheel and four wheels, I'm good.
Yeah.
But John will freak out. We'll be driving down the road, and he starts screaming. And I'm like, dude, what? Is there going to be an accident? And he's like, no, did you see that
Porsche Carrera GT?
Obi-Wan Kenobi Magnum PI? I don't know what they're called.
I want a Ford GT40 Mark II.
I don't know what that is.
What I want.
But we were in a car in Beverly Hills. Did you open that door? And we sometimes, we don't, well, okay, anyway.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
a lot of times it's a Toyota Prius to the airport.
Yeah, mostly in LA it's a Prius. But every now and then we get and fancy. But we were in a Maybach.
Yeah.
And I even said, dude, we look like those guys in that Eddie Murphy movie, Trading Places.
Trading Places.
You know, the two older guys when they get in the car.
My favorite was when we were in New York. Dave saw a Rolls-Royce Cullinan and he thought it was a Honda.
I don't know. But the Maybach was nice. Another car story. One time I don't know if you were with me on this trip, but it was in London.
Okay.
And it was cold. It was like December, January. And London was very rainy and cold that time of year. And I got into a car that the studio had sent to pick us up at the airport.
And the driver is on the wrong side of the car.
Stop it. They all are. Are we on the wrong side in the States? Anyway, dude, he wanted to put a blanket on my lap.
concierge service.
No, bro. I said, no, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need. Because he was holding it. I thought, what is this guy put in the trunk?
Yeah.
What do you do with that blanket? And he's like, oh, would you like? I said, no, I'm good, dude. I'm good.
Yeah.
Would you? You probably would.
Yeah.
You probably would let him put a blanket on your
I don't know.
lap.
Depends on the person.
Huh?
Depends on the person.
It's a nice person. Doesn't have to be. I mean, they were friendly.
Yeah. I mean, depends.
Don't hate.
I mean, if someone shows up and like, I don't know.
All right, big stuff happening this week in the world of entertainment. Heart of Stone, awesome movie. Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, had her on the air this morning. Jamie Dornan's in that movie. It's really good. It's from the producers of Mission Impossible. It drops on Netflix tomorrow. John, you have an incredible, powerful series. Matthew Broderick stars in it. Yeah, Matthew Broderick, Taylor Kitsch. It's called Painkiller, and it looks behind the scenes of the opioid epidemic. Pretty much there's this family that started this company or ran this company called Purdue Pharmacy that came out with OxyContin, and then there ended up being, you know, the epidemic just kind of took off. I mean, we're looking at almost 100,000 deaths in 2020. And so this dives into the story of OxyContin, how it came to market, the power players behind it, whether it was the owners of Purdue Farm or the doctors, the sales reps, and even the patients and the people that were truly affected, the families that were truly affected from the opioid crisis. It is a series, and it's not a documentary. It's an actual series. You know, obviously it's got Matthew Broderick. Based on true events. Based and influenced by true events. Okay. And so it comes out on Netflix. Actually, I just checked it. It's on Netflix right now. It's supposed to drop on Friday, but they dropped it early. So that's out right now on Netflix, and then also, like you're saying, Heart of Stone. Heart of Stone. And it's hot outside, so stay inside and watch those. Nate, heads up. Coming up, we've got interviews with the Blue Beetle director. That movie's about to drop, and there's an embargo, so I can't really give you an official review, but I will tell you right now, dude, movie is solid. Jolo Maridueña from Cobra Kai's in it, George Lopez, and we'll have those interviews coming for you real soon. Opens on the 18th. Nate, we got you covered entertainment, my friend, and vehicles today. We're doing car talk. Yep.
And third person talk, too.
Dave says, have a great...
Dave says, Nate, I was so worried about you, by the way, when you were doing your live shot earlier and that boxer was punching the bag. I was like, man, I hope he doesn't miss and accidentally clip Nate.
Dave was worried, too. I'm talking third person. I'm The Rock.
Well, the one thing I know, here's the one thing. Ephraim, he fought on the USA men's team. The guy is good and he could punch. I wasn't really worried that much because my peripheral vision, I haven't played receiver. I can see everything pretty well. I can look and see what's coming, and I was going to get out of the way if I had to, so I was in good shape. But that guy can punch the bag. He only weighs 115 pounds. He can punch the bag. He'll fight Saturday night. Have a good time, guys. All right. So very good. All right, so what are you doing over there punching at my little man? Why you do that?
I'm a bully.
Forrest, why are you punching? Come on over here, little fella.
I'm a bully.
I got a new friend here. What's your name?
Anthony.
Anthony. What grade are you?
12. I mean, 6th grade.
So hold up your gloves. Okay, so you're a fighter?
Yes.
Okay, so this young man, tell us about the school. Isn't that an advanced school, advanced placement school?
Yes.
That means that you're really smart.
Yes.
What kind of grades do you make?
80s and 90s.
So I can tell you right now, making the grade in about another, 4 or 5 years, we'll be going to his high school. To what high school does your school feed? What high school will you attend?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Private?
Private, probably.
Probably go to private. We'll find him. We'll find him. I got a little friend already. He can box. He can already box. He's going to take out Forrest. Okay, Forrest. You got to be. He's a trainer. Forrest is a trainer. Trust me, that won't happen. But you got a fight coming up. Fights coming up this weekend. You're the promoter for all the fights. And Houston is a city where boxing is alive and well.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. This Saturday at the Red Owl boxing event, a boxing arena. I'm sorry. Tickets are available at nextfightUp.com.
Okay, you got to like stand in one spot.
I got you.
Because that camera, he's got to follow you. Otherwise, it's just going to go everywhere.
Okay.
So I'm picking at you, right?
All right, that's okay.
I love doing that.
I taught you how to do the bag.
Yeah, you did. He told me. He told me I was doing the bag wrong. And I was like, what I got to do? Just stand in front of it and don't fall into one of Ephraim's punches. That's what you got to do. So I made sure I didn't do that. So tell us about how big it is here to have those 8 fights Saturday night, and where can people get tickets?
NextfightUp.com.
NextfightUp.com.
Go to nextfightUp.com. Tickets available there.
Gotcha. Okay. So talk about this gym and how it serves a lot of guys. For instance, you have a fighter who's fighting Saturday night. 248 pounds, came to you, had no muscle. Yeah, he played football in college, but you could tell that he had been overeating, what have you. This guy's down to 150 now, and he's fighting.
Yeah, he fights at 154.
A lot of good stories like that. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, that's boxing. And so one of the reasons why I love the sport, like, in order to be able to fight, you have to be a fighter. And so 99.9% of these kids, they're fighters. And so whether it's personal stuff they're dealing with at home or, like him, weight loss. And so, yeah, they're fighters.
Now, do you train people who are not fighters? If they wanted to come in and say, hey, listen, I need some lessons. I want to drop about 15, 20, 30 pounds. Can you help me?
I personally don't anymore. Okay. I have several coaches that do.
But is this a gym where people can come and do that?
Absolutely. Main Street Boxing Gym downtown. The owner, Bobby Benton, one of the greatest guys I've ever met. He knows more about boxing than I'll ever know. And so...
so who knows more, you or Ronnie Shields?
Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields have forgotten more than I've learned.
That is a fact. Ronnie Shields he trained Evander Holyfield and many other great fighters. And of course, this is a fighting game. I'm kind of liking the fact that the fighting game is still going on here.
Yeah, absolutely. I typically do a show here every month and a half, 2 months. So my next show is already scheduled, October 7th at Skeeters Baseball Stadium.
Let us know when it's coming, and we'll be sure to preview it as we go. We got to get ready to get out of here. Don't go anywhere yet. So I've got to say thank you to some folks. This is my team, and I'm about to say thank you to. I love these guys, man. They work hard every day, and we want to make sure.
You wrote their name down.
I have their name. Yes. Don't you even. All right, so we got to thank Daniela Cinderella, Lisa Taylor, Brittany, a.k.a. Busy. Man, quit picking on my buddy. Keandra, Barbie Doll Barbie, Jessica the Great Berman, Rico the Suave Jones. Put the camera on him in case he knocks him out, will you? All right, Jessica the Great Berman, Rico the Suave Jones, who probably would get knocked out by this young man. Producer Mark Coleman, the Lion, Graham LeGrad, Kevin 5K Collins, the chef John Butler, also known as Mr. Meat. Juan, can I get a Mike Check Miller, who certainly would get knocked out?
For above normal activity to 60% from 30%. The likelihood of near normal activity has now decreased to 25%